"9:12 p.m. Time to start the day. A lot of movies to watch. Gotta get dressed. Movies are calling my name.
Pennywise.
That's the good stuff, brother. Snack time. PB2 time. PB2 reserve. Chef, if I ever say so. Ooh, there is nothing better than a nice rice cake covered in chocolate PB2. Mother!
Sean, I made you a really nice cheese platter. I even put it on the good silver.
Oh, it's okay, Mother. I already made myself my chocolate PB2 rice snack cake.
Oh, that PB2. You've got to mix it up a bit. You're always having that PB2. I made you this nice cheese platter like you like. I'll keep it for later. How about that?
Now see your way out, please.
Okay, then. Well, I got to get on my message boards. You know, I've got a lot of catching up to do and a lot of comments to make. Bye. Bye. See you later.
Okay, Snack, you can sit over here. I put my bad boys up. Ooh, this is living. Yeah. Yoink!
Hello? Hello?
Why, hello. I'm Pennywise the Dancing Clown, and I live under your chair. And you're Chauncey, so now we know each other. Correct?
Pennywise, my name is Sean C., not Chauncey. Everyone is always messing that up.
Well, then don't talk so fast in your videos. Slow down, this isn't a race.
Pennywise, I do not have time to talk right now. I have so much stuff to watch for my next DVD Blu-ray update video.
Oh, come on, Chauncey. What kind of life is this of yours, sitting around on your loose skin ass, watching movie after movie after movie, and some pretty bad movies, I might add?
I'm not really sure what kind of concern that is of yours, Pennywise.
Don't you want to go out and find a nice girl and settle down?
A nice girl?
Yeah, someone like me, Chauncey.
You mean someone like me, Chauncey?
Maybe a nice gentleman. Ooh, yes.
A nice gentleman?
Yeah, someone like me.
Chauncey!
You know what, Pennywise? I don't think a clown living under my chair is the best person to be giving me relationship advice, you know?
Oh, I'm just looking out for you, loose skin boy. You can't sit around this room all day long watching movie after movie after movie. Would you look at all this worthless plastic all over this room? You know what all this crap is? It's repellent, if you know what I mean.
I know, Pennywise. I get it.
Are you really in a rush to watch movies? Or are you planning something else in this room? I know you don't just watch movies in this room, you pervert, you Chauncey.
Don't be vile, Pennywise.
Vile is my middle name, Baldy. When are you gonna lose that generic hat? Everyone knows under there it's Skullet City. You're a real crom dom.
Yeah. So what are you here, just to bust my chops?
Oh, you and those old-time words. And I have to say one thing. Are there any movies you don't like, for clown's sakes? You like everything!
Well, I'm not liking you too much, truth be told.
Oh, sorry for busting your chops, Coolduder. But I came here to please see the new It film and give it a review, if you would.
Did you really need to come here and give me all this grief? I was already planning on seeing it anyway.
Okay, but I'll leave you with this. Remember, that hat fools no one!
Well, I'm putting this recliner down, so I suggest you go back to the hole that you came from, Pennywise. Well, I just got out of seeing It. This is one of those movies I've been so excited to see since I first heard that they were doing this film. The original It miniseries is one of those movies that I watched so many times as a kid. Still to this day, I love the movie. But I remember, watching the VHSs, and they had like the first half when they were as kids, on tape 1. Tape 2 was them as adults. I always, especially as a kid, loved the stuff the best when they were kids. I felt like the stuff as adults, I never liked it as much. I felt like the older I got, though, I kind of liked the adult stuff a little bit more. But I don't know, I think the kid aspect, was always like the best one. That's why it's going to be really interesting to see when they do part 2 to this new It film, how the adult segment is and how who they cast as as the adult versions of the kids. So that I'm really excited to see where they go with it. The thing with this movie too was I liked that it wasn't just kind of like copying everything from the original. This one kind of added a lot of things that were kind of cut from the original because of the content level. Because the original was a TV movie, and when it was made too, like things on TV now can get away with a whole lot more. The original was way more of a PG kind of film, and you really couldn't show too much, and they couldn't, especially since a lot of stuff was happening to the kids, they couldn't have it be too like graphic with the gore and all that kind of stuff, so it was kind of more implied. With this one though, it's all there, and also the way that Pennywise was played in this one, by Bill Skarsgård is totally different, because in the original film, played by Tim Curry, it was much more of a campy, kind of tongue-in-cheek, kind of comedic version of the clown, and like really silly, a lot of jokes. There are still some of that stuff in here, but the way Bill Skarsgård played Pennywise is a much darker, really like, there's not a lot of the jokes to it. It's extremely dark and creepy. He did an amazing job, and like I said, I liked that he wasn't just doing like an impression of how Tim Curry did it. He didn't want to do that. He wanted to kind of go and do his own thing with this. I also like, too, that they really, with this one, established a lot more with the town and the history to the town and, like, showing it off more. Because I felt like in the original film, they kind of didn't get into too much of that stuff. And it was kind of like, they also did some of that stuff, too, when they were cutting from them as adults, kind of looking back on it. And I kind of like how they're setting this to be its one own movie when they're kids and then coming out in I guess 2 years. So I don't know for sure when part 2 of this is going to be coming out. But then it's going to be all them as adults. But I thought this was an extremely effective movie, extremely creepy. There really wasn't anything about this movie that bothered me and that I didn't like about it or anything like that. I don't know, I just found it to be an extremely effective, creepy movie. I thought all the actors, that you know, the kids in this one, all did an amazing job. And it was like kind of cool too, because like, I don't know, because you kind of, I like too that there were certain things that they did kind of bring over from the original movie, but then they kind of changed how like certain things that you found out like in the second one when they were adults, they found out in this one. Like I said, I've never read the original book, so I don't know what was changed around from the book itself. Like I said, the main thing that was changed though in this one was the setting though, because this one took place in 1989 when they're kids, and in the original movie it took place when they were adults in like 1989, 1990. So it's kind of changed all around. So then the next one's going to be taking place, you know, more around now. So it's going to be interesting too to see that, you know, the changes too with this, when they're adults. But overall though, I thought this movie was an extremely effective, extremely creepy movie. Bill Skarsgård did an amazing job as Pennywise. I thought though, you know, he definitely brought his own kind of take on the whole character, and it wasn't an impression or anything like that to it. Let me know, though, below what you guys thought of the movie, but overall, though, extremely creepy. All the kids were great in the movie. You know, there was no, like, you know, weak acting or anything like that in it. And I also like, too, that they really made them feel like real kids. The way they were talking, kind of talking bad words to each other and stuff. It wasn't like a real, I'm glad they didn't go like a PG-13 kind of route with this movie, because they definitely could have. This is one of those things that I feel like could have done that and been a real PG-13 kind of tame movie, because like I said, the original TV film would have been really more of like a PG kind of film, so they didn't. I was really surprised and happy that they went with a much more dark take with this one. I also want to say a huge thank you too, you know, in this video as well, for the people who appeared in this parody segment for this, to Lauren Francesca, Mindy Robinson, as well as Andrew DeLeon, you know, for, you know, appearing in this, you know, the parody in the beginning of this film, beginning of this review. But anyway though, guys, let me know in the comments below what you guys thought of the It, you know, theatrical film. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Let me know as well what you guys thought of the parody that I did as well. But anyway though, guys, thanks so much for watching and subscribing, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.